Hi everyone, Bandanner here. I hope you're all doing well. Welcome to this week's WARNO Dev Blog. So the big news is, yes, the first Army General campaign is going to be upon us early next week. That is the Grouchy campaign. It is a short campaign, unlike the others, which are going to be much longer, but it gives everyone a taste of what is to come. On this channel, I will have my gameplay through the campaign as videos, and on the main channel, I'll do a little review of the campaign with a limited amount of spoilers. Okay, all that said, let's get into this week's dev blog. So at the top they say welcome, etc, etc, etc. Bandanner is coming in Grouchy, as well as a new map, configurable ambience, tank rework, divisional updates, new vehicles and traits, a VFX update, and more. Let's have a little look at the historical notes, or you can skip ahead beyond this. So you know the drill, each and every WARNO milestone features a Napoleonic military commander. So the son of a small but old noble family, Emmanuel de Grouchy, started as an officer in the Royal Guard before embracing the French Revolution in 1789. He fought in almost all major wars, becoming undoubtedly one of the best cavalry commanders of the Grand Army. However, he was most famous for his role in Napoleon's battle for Waterloo. Napoleon actually regarded him with suspicion due to his opposition during the Brumaire coup. However, Grouchy's skills couldn't be overlooked. After campaigning in Germany and Spain, where he was the governor of Madrid during the French occupation, he continued to see action in Italy and Russia. Here, he was present during the initial invasion, the hard-won victory at Borodino, and the painful retreat from Moscow. Next is his claim to fame. So after the return and personal fallout with Napoleon, he returned with a bang in 1814, commanding the entire cavalry of the Grand Army. Out of action after being wounded, he pledges allegiance to Louis, but when Napoleon returns, he is the first to support his old commander, rallying troops. This loyalty will earn Grouchy his marshal's baton, the last ever being granted by the emperor. Grouchy's claim to fame came during the Battle of Waterloo, while Napoleon and Ney were focusing on Wellington's multinational army. Finally catching him at Waterloo, Grouchy was pursuing Blücher's Prussians. He was under the impression that the Prussian army was in disarray, but on that fateful day, Grouchy was in fact being lured away by a single decoy Prussian corps. Grouchy wouldn't budge from his marching orders, even though the main battle could be heard erupting to the west. Learning of Napoleon's defeat, he retreated without losing a man. After the war, he fled to the United States before returning to France, where he died in 1847, having recovered all his titles and ranks. Now, Grouchy in military history is famous for being the reason why Napoleon lost at Waterloo. If only he had marched to the sound of the battle. This dark legend continues to stick to Grouchy's reputation still to this day. He is one of the three marshals not to have a boulevard named after him in Paris. The other two were the traitors, and Grouchy is derided for eating strawberries rather than joining the battle. A bygone word for being late. Hence our decision to name the WARNO milestone after Grouchy, no more than fitting with Army General's hotly anticipated, much commented, and eagerly awaited release. I think the joke there is they know it's very late. So what does Grouchy actually feature then? Well, it brings the Army General's 4 tutorials. These explain everything from movement to combat, action points, anti-air interception, reinforcements, and what you must do to win, and more. It will also include, as mentioned, the first Army General campaign, Bandanner, playable as both NATO and Warsaw Pact. Only in single-player mode, apparently, so Versus and Cooperative Online will be added later. This is an extra campaign on top of the 4 original Army General campaigns, which were originally intended to feature in WARNO. While originally intended as a prototype, it has been made into a condensed campaign that is much shorter than the others, but it is still a good taste of Army General. So there'll also be a new map Hesse, and there's going to be the tank rework, and there's part 2 and part 3 of the house cleaning, which are available in previous dev blogs. There's also the new electronic warfare and configurable map Ambience. For now, in the game lobby, players can choose which lighting setting they want, and you'll get a choice between night, morning, and afternoon. Note in Army General, the Ambience setting will automatically match the in-game depicted time, but this is for like the multiplayer and skirmish and things like that. And this is the first batch of ambience options, more will follow. There's also been a pass on special effects, including machine gun rounds, flak and autocannons will have their correct NATO or Warsaw Pact specific colours, more compression effects on explosions, aka shockwaves, reworked and optimized MLRS smoke trails, and reworked and optimized airplane and helicopter flares. And that is everything for this week. As from tomorrow evening, Strike Team members will be able to show off Army General and the patch. Keep your eyes peeled here, as I will be having some gameplay of the campaign up, and on the main channel I'll do a little review or something of some description. As always, thanks for watching everyone, have a great weekend, and I'll see you all soon.